In the lobby of the FBI Baltimore office, haunting reminders of 9/11, items some of the 19 hijackers left behind when they stayed in Maryland just before the attacks. A soccer ball, flight manuals. The hijacker who piloted the plane that hit the Pentagon had practiced flying at an airport in Bowie in August of 2001. The hijacker who piloted Flight 93 was stopped for speeding by a Maryland state trooper on September 9, 2001. No flags were raised. Some stayed at a Laurel motel, signing in with their real names. Merchants in Laurel may never forget being shown ATM photos of suspects taken by Maryland banks.
Just to see that face was, very cold. To find out that they was living among us.
Why weren't the hijackers and their plot detected? How were they able to execute their plan? Who else was involved? The questions were the focus of the largest investigation the country had ever seen.
I don't think there was an FBI agent anywhere that didn't have some involvement with that starting on September 12th.
For Tom Sobocinski, now the special agent in charge for the FBI in Baltimore, 9/11 changed the course of his career, as it did the mission of the agency to focus on counterterrorism.
Obviously, we didn't have a comprehensive understanding of what it really meant. And so for us, it absolutely changed the foundation of this organization. So prior to 9/11, it was a violation that people worked like anything else. After 9/11, it became truly the core of what we did and what we were to become.
Once the smoke started clearing, as we got into that night, from the scene, it was nothing that like George Lucas or Spielberg could ever create.
FBI agent Steve Shepard was on the Joint Terrorism Task Force that was based in New York when hijackers drove 2 planes into the World Trade Center.
We had 8 international terrorism squads. One specifically was working bin Laden, one was working all Al-Qaeda events. And it was through their research, their investigative leads, it was their understanding of everything that was going on that put us in that direction right away. Back then, there was a lot of comments about the dots on this, how come you couldn't connect the dots? At the apex in New York of our squad, during that window, we were running out 300 threats a week to the city of New York.
The 9/11 Commission found multiple failures in the country's security and intelligence infrastructure. Key among them, the failure of agencies to share information. There were pervasive problems of managing and sharing information across a large and unwieldy government that had been built in a different era to confront different dangers, the Commission wrote in its final report.
We talked to each other. There was the stereotype of, the FBI comes in, we don't deal with the locals, or we don't work with the CIA. I think that by and large, we recognize that this is a partnership, and so it has allowed us to broaden and better collaborate on how we address these issues, and it's made us a stronger organization.
Were there things missed then that may not be so easily missed now? I think that's the easiest way to put it.
Yeah, I think the answer is yes, because we have a whole of government apparatus now designed to look for those things. I think at the time we did not have the imagination to think what could attack us. Now we have that. We now recognize that can come from almost anywhere.
Now, 20 years later, a different kind of terrorism has become an FBI-focused domestic terrorism, seen by the FBI as the deadliest terrorism threat to the country. I'm Jane Miller, WBAL TV 11 News.